Hello folks, this is Johnny again, and today let's try to make a Korn tone with TH3. Now, the guitar tone from Korn, when you think about it, is actually pretty muddy and muffled. It's rather the full experience of the band that makes them who they are. But here we are talking about guitar tones, so let's get into this one. And also talking about the guitar tone, we gotta ask, do we want their more older guitar tone or their newer guitar tone? Because the older guitar tone is not too hard to get. That's actually pretty easy here with TH3, and I'll get to that in a bit. But the newer guitar tone I find pretty difficult because their mix is so dense and there's so much going on also with synthesizers and special effects and cymbal wash that it's really hard to just hear the guitars and what kind of balance they have and what kind of nuances. So let's stick to the simpler one for this one. Let's just get into it and we'll see what we get out of it. Now, I recorded a few sections here. Okay, yeah. Well, Korn use triple rectifiers. The closest we got is the dual rectifier, so let's get this one in here. And they also use Mesa Boogie caps, so let's also get that one in there. And the biggest trick to get the Korn tone is don't use any pedal before the amp, just go straight in. That will keep it pretty muffled. But of course we are not going to just leave it at that. Now, I also read they like to mic up the caps with 3 mics, 2 of which are not in TH3, but the other one is the Beta 52 of all mics. That's usually preferred on kick drum or bass or anything that needs a lot of low-end response and some upper mid-range. But the lower mid-range is pretty much scooped with this one. And surprisingly, I actually got pretty close using this one. But not like that, of course, that's way too nasty and harsh sounding. So we gotta play around with the mic placement again. You notice there's this sweet spot right in the middle between the edge of the cap and the edge of the cone, and I'm pretty sure I got those mixed up again. Well, the edge of the speaker and the edge of the middle thing here. There's the sweet spot where that fizzy resonating frequency in the upper range is pretty much gone, and I really like that spot. That works for a lot of things. Okay, now we got that down. Let's put it in the mix and see what it sounds like. Yeah, it's already getting pretty close, but I still hear some resonances again there in that 1.6K area. Okay, now what I want to do is fade in the off-axis mic to get just a little bit more mid-range in there, so it sits a little bit better in the mix. Yeah, about minus 20 dB, that's already enough. There's enough mid-range going on. And now I still hear some harshness there in this 3K area. Let's check that out. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I think we are pretty much there. Let's just check it out on some other passages here. Now here we could get it a bit more fuzzy, like Korn also sometimes like to do. But I have to be honest, that was a little bit more difficult for me to achieve that fuzzy tone. I know they sometimes like to use the big muff, which is also in here, but that doesn't really give me what I'm looking for. And also the fuzz pedals, not really what I want. Especially for that particular song here, you know, that weird nasty fuzziness they have in there. It's kind of difficult to replicate. I'm not 100% sure what they did, so please forgive me. The best I can do is just take this fuzz raise in here, leave it at default settings, and that's getting me the closest I could get. Something around those lines. Now over here is a little riff from their latest album. But as I said, the guitar tone, for me at least, is a little bit difficult to figure out from their later material. I guess you would want it to sound a little bit more balanced and not as harsh in the upper range than what it sounds like now. And here, feel free to experiment with other caps. For example, the 2x12 brunette is also really great. Or the Randall XL. And the Randall LB is also great, but I guess not exactly for this tone. Yeah, just try it out. But the basic tone here with the Mesa Boogie cap and finding that sweet spot here in the middle. That's getting you pretty close to the Korn guitar tone, at least in my opinion. So as always, I hope you liked this little video, and please leave a like and a comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.